Okay, now we've got our basic app set up. It's time to add some content. So we're going to do that by storing Markdown files in the file system of the project. So I'm just going to use the terminal here. So I'm in Tilix on Ubuntu, and if I want to add a new pane here, I think it's Control-Alt-A. If I go back into Fish, so I can start adding, I need a directory, so mkdir, and we're going to add subfolders to it again. So this is going to add in parents, we're going to want posts, and we're going to want stuff for this year, 2019. And you can see here that we're going to do 3. So this is what the curly braces are for. So I'm just going to carry on with the what the IntelliSense has picked out here, just so I don't have to type it all out again. So basically with this, I'm creating a Hello World folder for 2019 June 1st, Hello World, and 2019 June 10th, second post, 2019 June 20th, third post. So it's in those curly brackets, so that should make the parent directory posts and 3 sibling directories for what we've got in the curly braces here. So let's just check out this. Okay, so now we're going to want to have our content for each of those added. We're going to use touch, and we're going to do posts, and 2019, and we're going to add it to the first one here, which is 2019-06 Hello World, and we're going to want a index.mdx file. If we take a look in here, we'll have our index.mdx, and we're going to do that for our second and third post as well. So using the Alt key, I can sort of skip back a couple here, and that our file is the 10th. Put a hyphen in there, 610, and index.mdx. Can I create? Oh no, because that's not the folder name. This will be 2019-06 10 second post. So I seem to have created that. Hang on. Hello World. Yes, that one. Okay. 2019-06. Oh god, 10 second post. Index.mdx. Scott, do you even? Okay, and the 20th for this one. So Alt 20 third post, index.mdx. Index. Okay. So that will give us an index file in each one of these. We don't want anything from the marketplace just yet. And then in here, we want to put some blog content. So what we need for the sort of information for each post is what's called front meta. So we're going to want to add some for our posts here. So that's done with 3 spaces, and you can put anything in your front meta to help identify the document. In this case, we're just going to need a title, and this one is for Hello World. And then we're going to want a date, and that's going to be 2019 06, well, 06 01, and then we're going to have published, and we're going to say true. Cool. Okay. And now we're in Markdown, so we can add things like H1 heading here. and some content, and some other stuff. H2 heading and H3. Okie dokie, and let's save that. And then we'll do some for the second post. Let's just copy paste some stuff so you haven't got to watch me type in. Okay, and then the third post. And we're going to put in the third post block quote. Okay, so now we've got some content in here stored in our posts folder. We're going to want a way to see that material via Gatsby. So we do that with the we're going to want the Gatsby source file system, which is a plugin for Gatsby, and to get that working with our project, we're going to need to configure it with Gatsby config. So we need a Gatsby config file. So we're going to, in our terminal, touch Gatsby, and it's not going to be Gatsby node, it's going to be Gatsby config.js, and then in here we're going to want to have a configuration stuff. So for now, module.exports, and it's going to be nothing at the moment because we haven't added any plugins in. So before we go any further with this, let's add in our Gatsby plugins. So let's just stop that. Let's just comment it for now. Save that, and then go back to our terminal here, and we're going to need Gatsby plugin MDX, MDX, the JavaScript MDX, and the JavaScript React MDX library, and also Gatsby source file system, so we can enumerate the files we have in our file system here. So I'm just going to put these in here. So Gatsby plugin MDX, MDX.js with MDX, MDX.js for React, and the Gatsby source file system. So if we hit enter with that, and while they are loading, we can get back to our configuration here. So Gatsby uses a plugin system. So for that, we're going to need to put in plugins, which are an array of objects. So we're going to want to resolve Gatsby MDX first of all. So Gatsby plugin, and this has some options which are the extension type, and I think that will do for now. And the extensions are for both MDX. If we leave it blank, I think the default is MDX, but if you want just MD files as well, it is quite handy to have both options in there. So we'll do .mdx and .md here. Let's just Control B, so we've got a full panel there. And we're also in our plugins. So I've got the options. Oh, this needs to be wrapped in an object too, and then we're going to want to add in another object for to resolve the Gatsby source file system. Which also takes some options, which is the path. We want to get the files from. So our path we defined earlier as posts, and that's at the root of the project. So we will do dollar dir, sorry, underscore dir name, and that would be / posts. So dir name is just the place of this project where it is, and then posts is obviously, if we do Control B here, this is our folder we want to enumerate for the files we've got there, and we can give this a name of posts. Okay, so if we hit save there, I have Prettier installed. That's why you saw the text format itself there. Okay, so now we've got our source file system in place, we should be able to take a look at the data brought into GraphQL in Gatsby. So if we just kill our GraphQL, our dev server, and we hit yarn dev again, and we go to our web page, let's bring the terminal over this side. Wait for this to load, and we should be able to pick the GraphQL Explorer from here, which is underscore GraphQL. So I'll just hold Control and click the button there, and let's just open this up here. So I've got a previous query in there. What we want to do here is basically this is all of the data which is available to us from Gatsby, and we can check out all MDX here, and the nodes, and the front meta of the posts, and we have a title and a date. If we hit Control Enter, we will get the front meta from our posts we created earlier via Gatsby source file system. Cool. Okay, so now we have created some blog data, and we can enumerate it with GraphQL. So next up, we're going to look at surfacing some site metadata, and we'll do that with a React hook in the next video.